Today I am talking about Kellanved's Reach by Ian Esslemont, book 3 of Path to Ascendancy, and man did it kick off. Like the story, the building that we saw in the last two novels. Oh, it's all happening now. It's, diving back into the Malazan world. Steve Erickson and Ian Esslemont, are just brilliant. Brilliant. Their world building, their writing is fantastic, and this was absolutely no exception. This was no exception. It was so good. So the first couple, you sort of, you've watched Dancer and Kellanved meet and learn their names, and the Ada Dassem and Surly and a few others, and slowly the pieces are coming together, and they are coming together, and there's just so many good moments in this book. Like when the Talanimas come into it, and I was just genuinely reading in the break room at my work, and as soon as they come up the throne, and it's never easy in a Malazan book. It's and that's why we read, isn't it? We want those challenges. We want those to see how they'll overcome. And people were judged unworthy, and it's so brilliant. I was sitting there reading, like trying not to get all goofy excited and cry out in the office, because I try to function as a semi-normal human being. There, it doesn't often happen, but I try. But and more pieces of the empire, of the Malazan Empire, are just coming together. Actually follow more of the Crimson Guard. So the Crimson Guard are big in the Malazan Empire books, which were Ian's earlier work, and this is all before that. So the Book of the Fallen and then the Malazan Empire, like Erickson and that, sort of ran side by side with a few variants and deviants. If you haven't read them, and you should read them. And this one's all the prequels, so it's all building up to that good stuff to come. And I think I'm gonna have to listen to the audiobooks of them, just so one, I can fall back right into this world again, and then talk more about it. But yeah, for now I'm loving this book. Originally, I think it was supposed to be a trilogy, but there's more to come, and it means I am gonna get stuck in a series waiting for books to come out, which is something I rarely do. There's a couple I'm doing that too, and yeah, I try to avoid it, but I'm not regretting at all reading these books. They are so good. And yeah, so back on the mainland, like they've secured Malazan, they've secured Nap. Back on the mainland, stuff's going on. The Crimson Guard's out. There's war going on. From the Dancer in the first book in Esslemont, the consequences of that are still playing out on the mainland, and it's slowly building and heading in this direction. So we follow a few really good subplots, which all these books have multiple subplots going on to build this epic world in this massive story in this epic world. And so there's guys that are coming together, like Greymane. So yeah, there's another piece of the puzzle coming together, and recruiting's going on, and then it's back to Little Henge, where Dancer's Limit sort of started, and the pair, Kellanved and Dancer, were unceremoniously dealt with by some powerful wizards. And well, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but they deal with that in this one. It is so cool. Such a brilliant series. Like, I don't want to tell you too much, and then there's little things like talking about bringing the characters together. In the last one, we met Jack, who was sort of Dujak's hanger off, but he was a good tactician in that. And I was like, well, why is that name, like, it's a pretty average name for a Malazan story? But Jack, I was like, there's something in it. And then when they name him in this, Whiskey Jack, it's like, oh my god, how did you not put that one together, you Moppet? I was like, yeah, Whiskey Jack. We're seeing these these massive pieces of this Malazan puzzle coming together in these books, and I am loving the ride, loving the ride. I can't wait to read the next one. The next one's out, and then, well, I know I'm going to read some different stuff, so I'm going to have to fall away. There is a couple of Malazan books that I haven't read yet, written by Erickson, which are mid-series. So I was like, oh, do you just read them and then be just reading whatever book comes out? But I think I'll hold off on them for now. But I will read the fourth one in this series, which will leave me. I know there's at least two more coming after the fourth one. This is book 3, Malazan Empire, Path to Ascendancy, E&C Esslemont. I cannot tell you how much I love these books. They are brilliant. If you're into epic fantasy, the world building in that is really, I haven't come across anything as good. You think like Wheel of Time, brilliant series, and Game of Thrones or Songs of Ice and Fire, brilliant series, great world building. John Wayne, brilliant writers and stuff like that. But the stuff that they've got going on in these books with the worlds and the setup and the magic setup and the gods and all that is fantastic. I've not found anything to equal it. I love these books. I love all those books I just mentioned, but comparatively different things. The world building in this, yeah, I think it stands above those. Not necessarily the best books out of the lot, because I do really love them. John Gwain, you want a roller coaster ride of excitement, jump on board his books. But yeah, seriously loving this world, loving getting back to it, and don't know what I'm going to do when I finish the fourth one. I'll be devastated to be caught in books. There's a reason I don't do that, but yeah, I'm not regretting it. Kellanved's Reach, Path to Ascendancy, Book 3, E&C Esslemont. Dive in. Absolutely brilliant books. Happy reading. Follow and subscribe for more.